When their siblings' marriage collapses, two women inherit the emotional debris, and an attraction neither of them saw coming. Sisters-in-law, strangers at first. Chapter 1: The Divorce Fallout. The casserole dish exploded first. Not literally, though Dana half wished it had. Her brother's ex-wife, Madison, had texted, "Your sister-in-law left this at my place. Can you pick it up?" followed by the address of Lucy's apartment and a passive-aggressive emoji. Dana, being the only family member with functioning diplomacy skills, was now standing on the doorstep holding peace in Pyrex form. Lucy opened the door looking nothing like the neat, composed sister-in-law Dana remembered from Thanksgivings past. She was barefoot, wearing mismatched socks and a sweatshirt that said "World's Okayest Teacher" in fading letters. Her hair was up in a messy knot that declared war on gravity. "Dana." Her tone was neutral, wary. "You brought food?" "Not exactly. I think this used to contain your famous sweet potato thing." "Oh." Lucy's mouth twisted. "The one Madison called a cry for help in marshmallow form?" "Yeah, that's the one." Dana held up the dish like an offering. "Peace treaty?" Lucy exhaled a laugh, one eyebrow arching. "Come in before the neighbors start thinking we're trading contraband." Inside, the apartment looked lived in the way grief does: stacks of papers, take-out boxes arranged in a still life of avoidance, a half-finished bottle of wine on the counter. Dana set the dish down carefully, as though Madison's bitterness might still be clinging to it. "So," she said, brushing her hands together. "How's post-divorce life treating you?" Lucy snorted. "Like a toddler with a drum set. Loud and unpredictable." "That bad?" "I woke up yesterday to discover my ex had cancelled my Spotify account." Dana blinked. "Savage." "I know. I had to listen to ads about scented candles between breakup songs." Dana tried not to smile. "It wasn't working. You could have texted me. I would have made a playlist." Lucy leaned back against the counter, studying her. "You and I haven't exactly been texting friends." "That was before the great family meltdown." "True." Lucy's eyes softened a fraction. "How's your brother?" "Performing stoicism. Buying unnecessary gym equipment. Classic post-divorce male nesting behavior." They shared a look, equal parts exhaustion and reluctant amusement. For the first time since the marriage imploded, the air between them didn't feel like a courtroom. "Drink?" Lucy asked. "I have wine, whiskey, or regret." "Whiskey sounds efficient." 2 glasses in, they were laughing, real, belly laughter that startled them both. Lucy's sarcasm had a rhythm Dana found addictive, every line landed with the precision of a stand-up comic who'd accidentally wandered into her own heartbreak. "I swear," Lucy said, "half the town keeps asking if I'm okay. You know what's worse than being dumped? Being pitted in bulk." Dana tilted her glass. "Pity's just bad PR for resilience." "That's almost inspirational." "I read it on a mug." Lucy grinned. "You're trouble." "Only medium trouble." "But you? You have chaos energy." Lucy's laugh cracked open the quiet again. It was the kind of sound that made Dana's stomach do the wrong kind of gymnastics. They both noticed the shift, the sudden awareness, the soft drop in oxygen, and looked away at the same time. Dana cleared her throat. "I should head out before we start trauma bonding." "Too late," Lucy said, smiling. "We've already shared whiskey and irony. That's basically marriage in reverse." Dana stood, grabbing her coat. "Guess we're divorced now too." "Mutual custody of the casserole dish," Lucy said, handing it back. Their fingers brushed. A current ran through it, small but unmistakable. Dana hesitated in the doorway. "We could check in on each other sometimes. Make sure neither of us gets Spotify cancelled again." Lucy's eyes lingered on her a moment too long. "Yeah. That'd be nice." Outside, the night smelled like cold and salt. Dana climbed into her car, set the Pyrex on the passenger seat, and told herself the warmth in her chest was just whiskey. It wasn't. Chapter 2, The Forced Reunion. Dana should have known her mother would weaponize guilt. She just hadn't expected it to happen before coffee. "Lucy's handling the school fundraiser this year," her mother said over the phone, her tone falsely bright. "They're short on volunteers. I told her you'd help." Dana blinked, halfway through brushing her teeth. "You what?" "She's family, dear." Or, well, she was, but let's not get technical. "I'm not exactly PTA material." "Nonsense. You have people skills. And opposable thumbs. You'll be fine." The line clicked dead before Dana could mount a defense. By the time she reached Low Ridge Elementary, the gym was chaos incarnate, folding tables, streamers and conflicting shades of optimism, and a cardboard banner that read Spring Fling Fundraiser, Rebuilding Together. Lucy was in the middle of it all, clipboard in hand, bossing around a group of overworked teachers. She wore paint-splattered jeans and a tank top that made Dana forget what air was for. When Lucy spotted her, her expression flickered between surprise and amusement. "Let me guess, your mother volunteered you?" "More like drafted me." Dana raised an eyebrow. "Need a soldier?" "Always," Lucy said. "Grab those decorations before the gym teacher repurposes them for dodgeball." They worked side by side, hanging paper lanterns and untangling fairy lights that clearly had a personal vendetta. Every few minutes, their hands brushed, by accident, of course, and each time Lucy made a joke to fill the silence. "Careful," she said, winding a string of lights around a pole. "You're dangerously competent at this. People will think you care." Dana smirked. "I'm just avoiding another guilt call." "From your mom?" "Who else?" She could guilt an atheist into lighting Advent candles. Lucy laughed, head tilted back, and Dana had to look away before her thoughts stopped being wholesome. By noon, the gym looked like a Pinterest board had exploded. They sat cross-legged on the bleachers, eating granola bars and drinking vending machine coffee. "You know," Lucy said, "for ex-in-laws, we make a decent team." Dana grinned. "Maybe we just needed the right project. Or the wrong one." Their eyes met and lingered, the kind of gaze that stretches out too long but feels too good to break. Lucy was the first to look away, biting her lip. "You ever think about how weird this is?" "Which part?" "Us. Sitting here. Laughing. After the nuclear divorce fallout. Maybe weird isn't bad." Lucy looked back at her. "You're dangerously close to sounding like a Hallmark movie." "God forbid." They laughed again, louder this time, freer, and for a heartbeat, it felt like something in the wreckage of their families was healing itself. When the rest of the volunteers left, they stayed behind to test the lights. The switch clicked, and the gym flooded with soft golden glow. "Looks good," Dana said. Lucy nodded. "You think anyone will notice if we just keep the lights on and dance instead of selling cupcakes?" Dana's pulse jumped. "That depends. Are you a good dancer?" Lucy smirked. "Terrible." "You?" "Worse." "Perfect," Lucy said, stepping off the bleachers and holding out her hand. "Come on, medium trouble." Dana hesitated for exactly half a second before taking it. The music playing from someone's forgotten phone was tinny, offbeat, and entirely wrong for slow dancing, but somehow it fit. They swayed in the empty gym, surrounded by fairy lights and leftover glitter, laughing too much to call it romantic. But when Lucy stumbled and Dana caught her, their laughter softened. The moment hung there, fragile, charged, dangerous. "Lucy," Dana said quietly. "Yeah? Tell me this isn't weird." Lucy smiled, just a little. "It's definitely weird. But it's the best kind." And then she kissed her. It wasn't dramatic or planned, it was a collision of nerves and timing and relief. The kiss tasted like coffee and courage, and when it broke, Lucy's forehead rested against Dana's. Still weird, Dana whispered. Still worth it, Lucy whispered back. When the lights flickered out, neither of them reached for the switch. Chapter 3, The Aftermath. There are exactly 3 ways to recover from an accidental kiss with your former sister-in-law, Dana decided. 1. Pretend it didn't happen. 2. Overanalyze it until both of you perish from mortification. 3. Move to another continent and start over under an assumed name. She was strongly leaning toward option 3 when her phone buzzed. Lucy, morning. The gym lights are still on. Guess we forgot to turn off our crime scene. Dana stared at the message for a long moment before replying. Dana, our fundraiser will have the best ambience in town. Lucy, so, we're not talking about it? Dana, define it. Lucy, the kiss, Dana. You know, the accidental lip collision between coworkers. Dana, ah yes. OSHA's worst nightmare. There was a long pause, then Lucy sent a single emoji, a smirking face, and Dana knew she was doomed. By the time the fundraiser rolled around 2 nights later, Dana had constructed an entire internal legal defense. The kiss was an emotional fluke, a stress response, a temporary lapse caused by poor lighting and fairy lights. Unfortunately, Lucy did not seem interested in upholding that fiction. She looked devastating. Hair down, red lipstick, a black dress that somehow managed to look both casual and catastrophic. When Dana arrived carrying raffle tickets, Lucy's smile tilted. You came early. I was starting to think you'd ghost the bake sale. Please. I wouldn't abandon my civic duty. Besides, someone has to supervise your chaos. Lucy handed her a clipboard. Careful. That kind of flirting might earn you another lawsuit from the PTA. That wasn't flirting, Dana lied. It was a solid attempt, though. The night unspooled in a blur of noise and frosting. Kids ran wild, parents mingled, and every few minutes, Dana and Lucy found themselves within touching distance, passing trays, bumping shoulders, trading sarcastic commentary like a well-practiced routine. And every time their eyes met, the memory of that kiss glimmered just behind the banter. At one point, while Dana was taping up a raffle prizes sign, Lucy appeared beside her with a roll of duct tape. Need help? I've got it. You always say that right before gravity disagrees. As if on cue, the tape slipped from Dana's hand, and Lucy caught it, along with Dana's wrist. For a second, their faces were inches apart. The noise of the gym fell away. See? Lucy murmured. Teamwork. Dana's voice came out rougher than intended. You're terrible for my concentration. Lucy smiled. That's mutual. Before Dana could answer, a teacher cleared her throat nearby. Ladies, love the enthusiasm, but we need someone at the cupcake table. They both jumped apart, suddenly fascinated by the logistics of icing. By the end of the night, the gym was a disaster of glitter, balloons, and leftover sugar. The fundraiser had been a success, but Dana's emotional stability had not. Lucy slumped against the bleachers, laughing at something a student had said earlier. We survived, she said, brushing glitter from her hair. Barely. Speak for yourself. I think I inhaled enough sprinkles to qualify as dessert. Lucy grinned. You're glowing. High blood sugar. Sure. They stood in the quiet gym again, the same place where it had started, fairy lights flickering like memory. Lucy kicked at the floor. So, about that kiss. Dana exhaled. We don't have to. I want to, Lucy said. Because pretending it didn't happen feels worse than just admitting it did. Dana hesitated. And admitting it means what, exactly? Lucy took a step closer. It means I liked it. And I think you did too. Dana's heart did a full gymnastics routine. You're impossible. Maybe. But you're still here. And just like that, the air thickened again, electric, soft, dangerous in the best way. Dana smiled, shaking her head. You know what's funny? What? I'm starting to think this whole family disaster might have been worth it. Lucy tilted her head. You mean the divorce that imploded 2 households and half of Thanksgiving? Yeah, Dana said, closing the distance between them. That one. The second kiss was no accident. Outside, the parking lot was nearly empty, and somewhere across town, Madison was probably still badmouthing the casserole dish. But here, in the middle of paper streamers and melted frosting, Dana and Lucy finally let the chaos settle into something that felt suspiciously like joy. Chapter 4: The Complication. The morning after the fundraiser, Dana woke up with glitter in her hair and a text from her mother that simply read, "I heard you and Lucy did a wonderful job last night." She stared at it for a full minute, thumb hovering over the keyboard. Her mother's praise was suspiciously neutral. Either she genuinely meant it, or she knew. And if she knew, there was only one person capable of telling her. She scrolled through her messages until she found Lucy's. Dana, did you, by chance, mention the fundraiser to my mother? Lucy, if by mention you mean sent her photos, then yes. Dana, Lucy. Lucy, relax. They were perfectly wholesome pictures. Dana. We were holding hands in one of them. Lucy, it was for balance. You were standing on a chair. Dana, context does not translate over text. Lucy, then maybe don't look so adorable while committing OSHA violations. Dana tossed her phone on the bed and groaned. She was smiling despite herself. By Monday, the gossip had evolved. Small towns are nothing if not efficient at spreading rumors wrapped in polite conversation. Dana's co-worker at the marketing firm leaned over her cubicle and said, "So, I heard you and your ex-sister-in-law pulled off quite the fundraiser." Dana blinked. Define heard. You know. Around. Ah. The Around network. Always reliable. Her co-worker smirked. Relax, Dana. Everyone's just impressed. Lucy said you saved the event. Dana froze. Lucy said. So she was talking about her, probably defending her. Or possibly making things worse. Hard to tell with Lucy. By lunch, Dana had made up her mind, if people were going to talk, they might as well give them something to talk about. She found Lucy in the staff lounge at the school, surrounded by grading papers and coffee cups. The sight made Dana's chest do that inconvenient flutter thing again. Hey, world's okayest teacher, she said, leaning in the doorway. Lucy looked up, smiling. Hey, family scandal. You started that rumor. I might have accelerated it. Accelerated how? Lucy gestured to the bulletin board. Someone had pinned up a photo from the fundraiser, the two of them standing close under the fairy lights, laughing like they were the only people in the room. Oh, Dana said softly. Oh, Lucy echoed, watching her reaction. Too much? Dana studied the picture. Her hand was on Lucy's wrist, Lucy mid-laugh. They looked happy. Genuinely. It's not too much, she said finally. It's true. Lucy's voice softened. You realize we're officially gossip material now? Then we'd better give them a story worth gossiping about. Lucy's smile tilted. Is that your version of asking me out? Yes. And don't make it weird. Too late. Their first not-so-secret date happened 3 days later at a diner halfway between town lines, the kind of place where the waitresses wore nostalgia and everyone pretended not to stare. Lucy ordered pancakes. Dana got coffee and nerves. This feels, Dana started. Ridiculous? Lucy offered. Like we're breaking some unwritten rule. We are. Several. But they were bad rules anyway. Dana laughed. You're very sure of yourself. Fake it till the town stops whispering, Lucy said, cutting into her pancakes. Besides, it's not like we're doing anything wrong. Try telling that to my mother. Lucy raised an eyebrow. Should I expect an interrogation? You'll know it's happening when she brings baked goods and emotional warfare. Lucy grinned. Can't wait. Of course, fate decided that was the perfect moment for Dana's phone to buzz again. A message from her brother. Liam, heard about you and Lucy. Call me. She sighed, showing it to Lucy. And so it begins. Lucy groaned. Do you want me to hide under the table? No. You'll just kick me from down there. Only if you deserve it. Dana hit call, bracing herself. Dana, Liam said without preamble. Are you seeing my ex-wife? She's your ex-sister-in-law, technically. Technically? Dana closed her eyes. We've been spending time together. We like each other. It's not complicated. It's incredibly complicated. Not for us. Liam sighed, exasperated. You always did like fixing messes. This isn't a mess, Liam. It's something good. He was silent for a beat, then muttered, just don't let Mom find out from me. She already suspects. Oh, perfect. When she hung up, Lucy was watching her, half concerned, half amused. How bad? He's horrified. Which means we're officially dating. Lucy grinned. We really do make the worst decisions. And the best pancakes, Dana said, stealing a bite from her plate. That night, as they left the diner, Lucy reached for her hand without hesitation. Dana glanced at her, surprised but not. You sure about this? Dana asked. Lucy squeezed her hand. Absolutely not. But it feels right. And somehow, in the middle of small-town judgment, sibling exasperation, and the faint smell of maple syrup, right was good enough. Chapter 5, The Reckoning. Family dinners were supposed to be safe zones. Neutral territory. Switzerland with casserole. That illusion ended the moment Dana's mother said, So, Lucy dear, how's your new project with Dana going, in the exact tone that meant she already knew everything. Lucy froze halfway through pouring iced tea. Project? Dana nearly choked on a bread roll. Mom, please don't. I'm just making conversation, her mother said sweetly, eyes gleaming like a shark that had scented blood. It's so lovely to see you two getting along again after all that unpleasantness with the divorce. Across the table, Liam looked like he wanted to crawl into the mashed potatoes. Lucy recovered first. The fundraiser went really well, she said carefully. Oh, I wasn't talking about the fundraiser, her mother said. I was talking about your, what's the word, connection. Mother. Relax, Dana. I'm not judging. I just didn't expect my children to start dating within the same family twice. Liam groaned. Can I be excused from this entire timeline? Dana set down her fork. Mom, Lucy, and I are seeing each other. It's not a scandal, it's just. Her mother held up a hand. You don't have to explain yourself to me. The relief lasted about 3 seconds before she added, although you might want to consider how this looks to everyone else. Everyone else, Lucy said dryly, can eat their opinions with the green beans. Liam snorted. That's the spirit. Don't encourage her, their mother said, but her lips twitched. Dinner limped along after that, polite conversation over tension so thick it could be sliced. When dessert came out, everyone was too polite to mention the fact that Lucy and Dana's knees kept brushing under the table. When it was finally over, and the dishes were stacked and the silence was loud, Dana followed Lucy out to the porch. I'm sorry, Dana said immediately. You didn't sign up for family dinner theater. Lucy laughed softly. Are you kidding? That was better than reality TV. Your mom's got range.